Alright, so we had some problems that you were assigned, and I said when you got done with them, we'd go over them. The first we have is 1/4 plus 2/3, and I've set it up here. I have my whole. This is one whole. I have 1/4 and 2/3. This tells me my answer is going to be less than 1. So I'm going to have just a regular fraction. I can go through and I can find pieces that will fit underneath them. I can tell you right now, because I've done this problem 4,287 times, that 12ths is going to be my common denominator. And I can prove to you that 12 is my common denominator, because if I take my multiples of 3 and 4, and I list my multiples out, I'm going to find that 12 is the first one they have in common. So 4, 8, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 is the first one they have in common. So I'm going to change each of these fractions so that they have a denominator of 12. So that they have a denominator of 12. I have to ask myself, what do I multiply by 4 to get 12? Myself says, you multiply by 3. So I have to multiply by 3/3. 4 times 3 is 12, and 1 times 3 is 3. Now why do I have to do 3 over 3? Because 3 over 3 is a fraction that equals 1. If I multiply something by 1, I'm not changing the value. I'm changing how it's written. I'm not changing the value. So 1/4 is the same as 3/12, just like I have right here. 1/4, 3/12. I do the same thing with thirds. I have to figure out, what do I multiply by 3 to get 12? I can go down here. I can look at my multiplication chart if I have it out. And 3 times 4 is 12. So I have to multiply this by 4/4. 4/4, because I'm multiplying by 1. 4 over 4 is 1. So 3 times 4 is 12, 2 times 4 is 8, which I can prove it here. If I have 8/12, 8/12 does equal 2/3. Those are two equivalent fractions. Same value. 2/3 is the same as 8/12. You play baseball, you get a hit 2 out of 3 times. You have the same batting average as somebody who gets a hit 8 out of 12 times. The same value. Now they have the common denominator. The denominators are the same. They're both 12. When I add fractions, the denominators are going to stay once I get a common denominator. Then I add my numerators. 3 plus 8 is 11. So 1/4 plus 2/3 equals 11/12. I cannot simplify 11/12. How do I know that? Because I can find my factors of 11 and my factors of 12. 11 is prime, so it's just 1 times 11. 12 is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. The only thing they have in common is 1. If 1 is all they have in common, then it's in the lowest terms already. I can't simplify it any further. The second problem you were asked to complete was 1/3 plus 5/6. All right, if I build that here, I have 1/3. And I need 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look. 1/3 plus 4/6 equals exactly 1. So if I add one more 6th, my guess, by looking at my pictures here, is I'm going to get 1 and 1/6. According to my pictures, I should get 1 and 1/6. Well, let's go through here and find our common denominator. I cannot add these two fractions, 1/3 and 5/6, the way they are, because they don't have the same denominator. However, I can write the common denominator for 3 and 6. Again, I would use my multiplication chart if it were me. But that's just me. So 3, 6, oh look. 6 is my common denominator. 6 is my common denominator. 5/6 is already over 6. I don't need to change this. 5/6 already has a denominator of 6. I need to figure out how many sixths are in 1/3. Well, it looks like 2 sixths are in 1/3. Or, since 3 times 2 is 6, if I multiply my denominator by 2, I must, and I mean I must, multiply my numerator by 2, because I got to multiply it by a fraction that equals 1. 2 over 2 equals 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2/6 plus 5/6 is 7/6, which is, that would be 6/6 here, plus 1 more is 7/6. And 7/6 is the same as saying 1 and 1/6. 1 and 1/6. And last but certainly not least, is 1/6 and 3/4. So we have 1/6 right there, and we're going to have 3/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So my answer is going to be just a little bit less than 1. I have to find my common denominator. Now I could guess and check here. Let's see, halves aren't going to work, maybe fifths. I'm not sure which is going to work. So we'll find our common denominator for 6 and 4. And if I use my multiplication chart, I can just go down the rows and see what the first one they have in common is. 4, 8, 12. And 12 is the first one they have in common. So I need to change these so that they both have a denominator of 12. What do you have to multiply by 6 to get 12? The answer is 2. If I multiply my denominator by 2, I must multiply my numerator by 2. Why? Good question. Because 2 over 2 equals 1. If I multiply it by 1, I'm not changing the value. Multiplying something by 1 does not change the value. 1 times 2 is 2. Can I check that? Yes. 1/6 equals 2/12. 1/6 equals 2/12. Now, I need to do the same thing with 3/4. What do I multiply by 4 to get 12? The answer is 3. 3 over 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 9/12 plus 2/12 is, once again, 11/12. Don't panic. We're just starting this. We're going to get it. Just deep breath and keep working with me. Watch the videos if you get stuck. Use these until you get really comfortable with it. Boom shakalaka. Peace out. God bless. Love you. Do something kind today.